and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
Straight out of hell.
2022, we still dying in the ghetto. We still dying in the reservation. We still dying in the burial.
Coming straight out of hell.
Christianity has failed us. Voting has failed us. Begging and pleading for a life has failed us. Loving everybody has failed
Straight
us.
out of hell.
Over 1,000 years later, we still begging and pleading to the oppressor to let our people go.
Coming straight out of hell.
The white man is the devil, and if he ain't, then who is, man? Never trusting our enemy. It's time to wake up, black man.
Straight out of hell.
Oppressor make a wise man mad. I walk the straight gate, never whiz the way. What that means, I'm UPK. If you don't keep the laws without work, that ain't faith. Christianity gon' have your body stankin' in the gate. Hold up, straight out of hell. Schools to jail cell, voting, protesting, fail. Yo, so iron cannon hell must prevail. Survivor get ate like an animal in the wild. White man is the devil, gotta train up a child. That's right. White lives don't matter to God, that's white lies. And that ain't Christ with blue eyes either, that's white lies. Prepare slaughter, death to all heathens, women and child. Kwam Yasha Allah is
Straight
real on
out
the
of hell.
2022, we still dying in the ghetto. We still dying in the reservation. We still dying in the burial.
Coming straight out of hell.
Christianity has failed us. Voting has failed us. Begging and pleading for a life has failed us. Loving everybody has failed
Straight
us.
out of hell.
Over 1,000 years later, we still begging and pleading to the oppressor to let our people go.
Coming straight out of hell.
The white man is the devil, and if he ain't, then who is, man? Never trusting our enemy. It's time to wake up, black man.
Straight out of hell.
Live from the ghettos, burials, and reservations. We the Lord chosen people, my nigga, that's revelation. Take ground with observation, feed the nation. Look, come, operation, bring back segregation, separation, perfect hatred. I hate the white man so much, I keep commandments. Fighting for the kingdom, so I make amendments. Watch the way I'm living, be ye perfect as the Father in heaven. We ain't Christian, a mission in Christianity, the works addiction. Submission to white supremacists, warriors turn feminine. Emasculate our sister, this ain't living, my nigga. Shalom. This is a priest-military, one West world, take ground, take over type shit, you understand? And we will take over and take back what's ours and what belong to us.
Priest military war ready, I ain't never going steady, don't fuck with the goals. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. Priest military war ready, I ain't never going steady, don't fuck with the goals. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. This is what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. We won't know. This is what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. Who that want to smoke? Fuck nigga can't match the energy. Ride on enemies. Everybody wanna be top 3. If you ain't one West, then you're not these. Shut up, Jippy can't feel it. Hotter than a blicky when I up and I said knees. Take heed for Christianity, white supremacy. The truth will set you free. We don't beg and plead. We don't pray on knees. Bury me, your priest. Friend is on machines. We don't smoke the weed. We don't sip the lean. Fuck this whole society. We gon' follow after Christ. Got the blood of an Israelite. Cosby killing us. Stay killing us like day and night. That ain't right. One Allah, Habanah, one West, we on the rise, one city at a time, taking songs, nigga, take ground. Kwam Yasha Allah, Prince of the power, no excuses, no cowards, kind of a kind out of Wyam. Yeah, priest military war ready, I ain't never going steady, don't fuck with the goals. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. Priest military war ready, I ain't never going steady, don't fuck with the goals. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. This is what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. We won't know. This is what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take ground. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. See his liquor got me stuck. UPK, we number one. I be mama through the city, put in work. We can sit down, all black, bulletproof. We the bullets that they come at the camp, blazing on the double through the silver phone. Cut the line. If you wanna die, get your ass down. Get it poppin' with the blicky. Every city in the slum. Not a rapper, I'm a preacher. Niggas dying, no crumb. You ain't know UPK, we want the world. That's a mo. Fuck the mainstream video. Bitch, I never sell my soul. Turn the road. I say, yeah, up in roll mode. I can stop with Louis Vuitton, UPK, Mexico. All about the warfare. One for the foes. Swing down on the mission. One west. I'm living concrete with the script applying on my next victim. Rippler, I split your fuck around the 9 miller. Put respect on my name. Or all my aqua come and get you. Preach military war, ready. I ain't never gonna say they don't fuck with the ghosts. Ride on enemies, mom on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. Preach military war, ready. I ain't never gonna say they don't fuck with the ghosts. Ride on enemies, mom on enemies, I won't smoke. Yeah. Preach military war, ready. I ain't never gonna say they don't fuck with the ghosts. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. Preach military war, ready. I ain't never gonna say they don't fuck with the ghosts. Ride on enemies, bomb on enemies, motherfucker, I won't smoke. This what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take grind. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down. This what it sounds like when we ride, living in a one West world, take grind. Another man down, fuck boy, stand down.
Ha! One West, bitch. You know what it is. 1969, home of the truth. And if you ain't UPK, you in the motherfucking way. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Harlem, New York, 125th Street. How you mention UPK and didn't mention me? We the home of the truth, bitch, nigga, what you mean? How you mention One West and didn't mention me? No excuses, no cowards, only soldiers roll with me. How you mention UPK and didn't mention me? 144,000 are prepared to serve the king. How you mention One West and didn't mention me? Look, I eat, sleep, shit, breathe, UPK every day. Get about that Christian church. One West is the only way for righteous leadership and brotherhood. This the only place. A lot of people say they got it, but we know them bitches fake. So I'll be One West to the death, to the end. UPK versus everybody. All we do is win. Undefeated since 69. Pussy, try again. I'll be damned if we ever lose to the likes of them. Commander Junior Honor ain't no coward. You know who he is. Hold on to this truth with no excuse. That's what he did. Showed us how to build a nation every day. We put in brick. Get that all put on her head and take an oath and never quit. And I mean that shit. Every word that I'm saying. If you cross the fucking line, I'ma show you I ain't playing. And I stay war ready. Every word that we hanging. And I still rock my shield of David like I'm gang banging. Bitch, we Harlem, New York, 125th Street. How you mention UPK and didn't mention me? We the home of the truth, bitch, nigga, what you mean? How you mention One West and didn't mention me? No excuses, no cowards, only soldiers roll with me. How you mention UPK and didn't mention me? 144,000 are prepared to serve the king. How you mention One West and didn't mention me?
Alright. I put on my pretty face. Hey, right? OG Pretty Thug.
looking at. Sure. Hey, Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yahana. That's right. And our mission is the Lord's mission. And it's to raise up every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child. Let them know who they are according to the Bible, and that the oppressor is the devil of himself, man. That's right. Bring our brothers and sisters in the dark into the light, into the fold, and let them know, man. You understand what this life is about? Life is about warfare. Life is about servitude to the Lord, man. That's what it's really about, man, and that's what we're gonna be bringing out here in these scriptures, man. You understand? Shit like these scriptures that we about to go into. I promise you, man, my life would have been different if these scriptures was brought out in the Christian church. Right. Shame on the Christian church for hiding the truth of the Bible. Shame on the Christian church for always lying to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians about who they are according to the scriptures. Shame on the Christian church for just looking at Blacks, Hispanics as a goddamn payday and a way for them to live a luxurious life and don't have to live life consequence free. Right. You understand? Don't have to do anything. Right. Just do whatever the hell you want to. Shame on the Christian church for teaching this in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, man. Your Christian pastor is a goddamn liar, and he is a traitor, and he has betrayed everything that he has sworn to do as a so-called prophet of the Lord. Right. He has betrayed you to serve the oppressor. Right. To serve Satan. To serve the devil. Right. He has betrayed you to do these things, man. And so he can live happily in this weak ass life. Right. In this place called America. So he can live happily in Babylon. Right. He sold you out, sold us out, so he can live happily in Babylon, man. Right. And we're gonna read about some men who ain't going. We're gonna read about some mighty men, some true priests and prophets of the Lord who will never sell you out, like the ISUPK. The ISUPK aspires to be like these men in the Bible. And some of these men in the ISUPK were born again, and they were once in these scriptures. You understand? Because reincarnation is real, according to the scriptures. There was a point in time we used to know that. Right. Now we don't believe in it. Now we say YOLO. Right? Anything that gets you away from these goddamn scriptures and to live a wicked life. But that's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here to teach you how to live a righteous life and to show you all the things that wicked Christian pastor wouldn't show you in these scriptures, man. Right. And let's rock it out, man. Left off in the Maccabees story.
Come on. It's the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 1.
Yeah, right.
In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, and the son of Simeon, a priest of the son of Jorib, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Morden. Verse 2. And he had 5 sons. Jonan, called Cadus. Verse 3. Simeon, called Thassus. Verse 4. Judas, who was called Maccabeus. Verse 5. Eleazar, called Avaran, and Jonathan, whose surname was Apis. Verse 6. And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, verse 7, he said, Woe is me, wherefore I was born to see this misery of my people and of the holy city, and to dwell there, where it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of the strangers. Verse 8. Her temple is become as a man without glory. Verse 9. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. Verse 10.
Slow it down just a little bit. Oh, Father, I was trying to find this on Facebook. You should be live?
Did it on YouTube. So we only got to go one.
Okay,
Verse 10. What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? Verse 11.
read that part again.
Come. What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom and gotten her spoils?
This is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Everybody has had a part in your destruction, black man,
Right.
Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Everybody. Go ahead. Something you want to say?
Come. It's a lock in. As well as everybody's had a part in, the destruction of black, Hispanics, Native Indians. Everybody has reaped the reward off of us.
Right.
You feel me? Everybody's benefiting from everything that America's been benefiting from. And we already know America's benefiting off of the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? Everybody getting their cut except the people who they benefiting from. The Jewish man's getting his cut, the African man's getting his cut, the Ukrainian man's getting his cut. You feel me? The Russian man's getting his cut. Everybody's getting their cut except the people who they're making the money from.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Black man, when you gonna get your cut?
Right. So you get on that?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Verse 11. All her ornaments are taken away of a free woman. She has become a bond slave. Verse 12. And behold, our sanctuary, even. Verse 12. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. Verse 13. To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer? Verse 14. Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourn very sore. Verse 15. In the mean, while the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came into the city of Modin to make them sacrifice. Verse 16. And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. Verse 17. Then answered the king's officers. Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias, on this wise, thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this city, and strengthened with sons and brethren. Verse 18. Now, therefore, come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done.
Read that part again. So this is where the story starts to get real good, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. They are trying to basically intimidate this man into following after the ways of the heathen, man. And nowadays, the sad part is this, man. Black people, we don't give a damn about serving the Lord no more. We have willingly followed the way of the heathen.
Right.
We ain't putting up no fight. They tell us to do it, we do it. We make songs about, we got women making songs about eating a nigga butt. Like, we straight up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no honor in being separate. You will willingly conform to what the oppressor wants you to do. Right? You will willingly do it. You have no shame. You have no integrity whatsoever. We are that destroyed.
Right.
You understand? Let's find out what this brother does. They trying to get this brother to make a song about eating the devil butt. Eating a nigga butt. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get them to do all the stuff that we see blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians doing now.
Right.
Let's see how this goes.
Verse
They
18.
want him to follow the way of the heathen. Conform like everybody else has done.
Hey, right?
Conform like everybody else has done. Let's see how this goes.
Verse 18. Now, therefore,
And he said he was a great and honorable man. Like everybody know who you are.
right?
You know who they say that to now? Your goddamn celebrities.
Right?
Your goddamn Christian pastor. Go ahead.
Hey, no, that's it because I was just gonna say the same thing. I'm like, that's exactly what this sounds like to me. It sounds just like, the black leaders of, our community. You feel me? Or our so-called black leaders, let me put it that way.
Right.
You feel me? It's your Kanye West, your Cardi B's, your Nicki Minaj's, your give me somebody else. Well, your Kyrie Irvings. You feel me? These
Your
the
Michael
people. Yeah, your
Jordans.
Michael Jordans. Your I can't even think of nobody.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey, right? Oh boy, your Shaquille O'Neal's, your Kevin Hart's. You feel me? These are the people you looking up to.
Right.
You feel me? Hey, look, we know you a name brand person. You feel me? The people's gonna follow you. So this is what we need you to do. You feel me? This is the same concept here. Verse 18. Now therefore, come thou first and fulfill the king's commandments.
He said, you come first and fulfill the king's commandments. You come here and do all the stuff that you see America doing. Man, we hear so many stories about the Illuminati and these secret gay rituals that they be doing and all of this, man. Somebody had to be the first.
Hey, right?
You understand? I can tell you who wasn't the first back in these days. This brother right here.
Right. The king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done, ye, so yea, and the men, so ye, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem, so shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends.
He said, do this, you be cool with the king.
And
You do this stuff, you be cool with white America.
hey, right,
Same thing. You be fine with white America.
right,
Go ahead.
and thy house be in the number of the king's friend, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
A lot of people could be bought. If this was today's time, you niggas would take the cash.
Right?
We got a lot of people that would take the cash. Listen to Charleston White would take the cash.
Right?
I be seeing this dude, people be killing me, talking about he's a real dude and he be saying some real shit.
Isn't the one who was arguing with T.I. and his son?
This nigga's a clown.
Wasn't that him that was arguing with that kid?
Yeah, he the type that sell you out.
Yeah, right?
He let you know he has loyalty to no man.
Right?
See, he ain't got loyalty to nobody. He got loyalty to himself and to his pockets. You
Right?
understand? I believe he'd throw his wife under the bus for self-preservation. That's how much of a coward he is.
Hey, right?
Let's get some more.
Come on, come.
I don't even know how he's married.
Right?
Really don't. She must be in it for the money.
Right?
Because this nigga's a straight power, pretending to be a man.
Sounds about right.
And a lot of us in our community are the same goddamn way. Cowards pretending to be men. Right. But a sell out in a heartbeat. Let me tell you something. You think that because you sold out for millions of dollars that makes you valuable?
Right?
Selling out for millions of dollars don't make you valuable. It makes you worthless.
People think it make them special.
They think it makes them valuable, like I'm worth $1 million now.
Right.
You're not worth shit. You're worthless.
Right.
You have a price. You can be sold.
Right.
You can be bought and sold. You know who else who can be bought and sold? Slaves.
Right.
Slaves were bought and sold. Slaves had a price.
Right.
Free men don't have a price. You cannot convince a free man to go into servitude. A free man cannot go into servitude. He will not sell out because he doesn't have a price. He's free.
Right.
It don't matter what he do and don't have materialistic wise. You know what he does have spiritual wise? He has integrity. He has honor. He has respect.
Right.
That's something that a lot of us in our nation don't know nothing about. Go ahead.
And so, like, if I could, to go back to what your drop was so heavy, like how you named the brother. You feel me? A free man. You feel me? He has free range to do whatever he wants. You being bought by somebody, that's your God now.
Now you ain't free no more.
Yeah, that person who bought you, they own you now. I own you. You feel me?
Said, I own this place.
Yeah.
I own you.
Right?
Fuck you.
Yeah, right? You
Fuck
feel
this
me?
place.
You feel me?
Burn the place down with you in it.
Yeah. Hey, right? That's essentially what it is. You better do what I say, or you're gonna lose this money. You're gonna lose this sponsorship. You're gonna lose, this contract. You feel me?
Right.
That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You got anything else on that?
Now let's get some more description.
Come. Verse 19. And Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice through all the nations that are under the king's dominion. Through all the nations that are under the king's dominion, obey him and fall away every one from the religion of their father and give consent to his commandments.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Verse 21.
Do what?
Verse 20.
Read that again. What did he say? He do what? And the father what? He walked where?
Verse 20. Yet I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
You could go up one verse.
Come.
Go up one verse. These people don't get it. You're not going to get it. You don't understand this, man. You don't understand this kind of honor. You don't understand this kind of glory. Let me know if we got any questions or anything.
No, it's just calm. It's the Lord Christ. We up.
Yeah, right. Tell the nigga said, never mind. We on live.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Yep, wait a minute. You knew what I was going to say.
Hey, right.
Look at that. I said, we up. Homeboy that turned the lead.
Hey, right. My boy that turned the leaf. We up. You just talking about the scripture right here. Verse 19.
Yeah, go up one more.
Y'all got you. Verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice.
Listen, Daddy, he spoke loudly. They tried to get him. He called him out on the spot in front of everybody, put him on the spot. Man, this kind of honor, this kind of integrity, this kind of loyalty can only be found in one West. Right. It has been proven time and time again. You know why I'm one West? Because this is the only place where a nigga can be him. Right. I can be myself here. Right. I can be loyal. I don't have to be a traitor. When I was in the world, the world will turn you into something you're not. I wasn't a bitch ass nigga. That's why I can never get away with none of the stuff that I was trying to do. I didn't have a heart for it. I was too honorable to be in a dirty ass game. Right. I was too honorable to live a dirty ass life. That's the truth. I couldn't sleep with a man's rib. I couldn't cheat with my best friend's rib. Right. I couldn't sleep with my best friend's girlfriend. I couldn't do shit like that. I couldn't cheat even when I was a filthy, disgusting drug dealer. I couldn't cheat people out their money. You get what you paid for. Right. Like if anything, I'm gonna give you more. Right. You understand? Like I couldn't do the things. I couldn't be as heartless as I thought I was. When it came time to do some heartless stuff, I couldn't do it. Some of the things I just couldn't do it. Right. You would have to trigger me. You would have to. Only way that I would do something so heinous is if you, whoever my, enemy was at the time, because I didn't know who my real enemy was. So I look at another black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man as if he was my enemy. Here's what would trigger me. You doing heartless things. You being heartless made me even more heartless. I fed off of the negative energy. You might think that you're going to do X, Y, Z, and you're the heartless one. And every time I would one up you. Every time. Like, all right, this is what I have to do now. Like, I fed off of that negative energy.
Hey, look, they go low, you go lower.
Right. You understand? But the thing is this, I didn't want to, but don't back me into a goddamn corner.
Right,
you know what I'm going to do? Yeah. I didn't want to, but I had to. Right. I can be just as heartless as you are. Even though I don't want to be, I can be. You understand? I didn't want to be, but I had to because it was, we was in the world. Right. We was destroyed. Right. We didn't know any goddamn better. Right. I had hatred thinking that I had love. That's why I love the ISUPK so much because it brought me out of that. And it taught me that I didn't have to do that. And I would never have to do that again. I would never have to do that again. I can do what this brother's doing right here. Right. I can do this with no shame. Because in the world, being honorable is looked at as weird. You're an honorable person in the world, and you don't do drugs, and you don't sleep with whores, and you don't do a lot of these gas shit that everybody else is doing.
Right.
You looked at as the weird one.
Hey, right?
You are the weird one. Like, people shun you for being honorable in the world. In Esau's world, you are shunned for being a man of integrity and honor.
Right.
Just look at the people who get talked about for not accepting gay people. Like people who have morals, the morals of the Bible.
Right.
Like you believe in what Christ believed in. Christ didn't believe in that gay stuff. He just didn't. Sorry for you.
Right.
There's nowhere in that scripture, nowhere in the Bible, anywhere you're going to see Christ saying, well, listen, I'm really against it, but if you want to do it, I'll love you anyway.
Right.
Like that is nowhere in there. But people get talked about and shunned, and can you imagine that? Like you get shunned for doing what Christ wants you to do.
Hey, right? I can't imagine that.
This world is going to come to the point now where you're going to get laughed at for not accepting pedophilia. Look at this guy. He doesn't believe in sleeping with kids.
Right.
Boo this man.
Hey, right.
That's where we're going.
Not boo this man. Hey, right.
Boo this man.
It is.
And then we're going to lynch him for not sleeping with kids.
Right.
Like that's where we at in this world. But here in the ISUPK, you can have this kind of integrity. Something you want to say before we get to the scripture?
Oh no, that's pretty much what I was going to add on to it with you. Like I was saying, when it comes down to it, man, you will literally get shunned for the fact that you don't accept,
bullshit.
Blasphemy. That's the best way I can put it. Blasphemy. You feel me? It goes against everything that. Like you can literally even take the Bible out of the equation. Not saying we don't believe in the Bible, but take the Bible out of the equation just for a split second. Everything the LGBTQ community stands for goes against literally everything I learned in life.
Being a human being,
in science, in science, biology. You feel me? The XY chromosome, the X chromosome. You feel me?
Even English.
Right, English. You feel me? It goes.
Calling him or her is not proper English.
Right. It goes against literally everything that I've learned from the young age of preschool all the way up to a graduate, basically. You feel me? It goes against literally everything I've learned.
They have Pride Day in elementary schools,
right? And they got drag queens in there.
Where they walk through the doors and there's a rainbow. Yep. And the teachers are dressed up in all type of gay paraphernalia.
Right.
I'm surprised they ain't got shirts with rods on them.
Right.
They got trans gay books in the library talking about gay experiences. Like it's you might as well put Playboy and Penthouse and Hustlers and all them other porno magazines in the goddamn library. You let them read that, Phil.
It's like if I could.
Go ahead.
And that's the thing right there, man. It was already bad enough that they was trying to introduce the homosexuality and alternative lifestyle. Right. Now they throw in
books in them.
They throwing the trans community into the play now. Now they throwing the fact that a man can cosplay as a woman now and be the most now these disgusting beasts out there, man. These I don't know how I want to put this without us getting canceled, but I'm gonna just say it how it sounds, and if this one gets taken down, it gets taken down. You feel me? Like there are literally men out there who have been waiting on this moment their whole life. You feel me? There's no other way to put it. There are literally people out there who have been waiting on this moment their whole life to where they can cosplay as a woman, go into a woman's bathroom, be a vile, wicked beast. I'm not gonna go into detail, but you know where I'm going with this. And then get off scot-free and claim that he's a trans woman or he's a trans man or however it goes. You feel me? And people think that it don't affect us.
Hey, and the funny part is this: if they was doing it before you made it lawful for them to do it,
right? What do you think they was doing when you told them it was illegal?
Hey, if they was doing it before it was legal, what do you think they're going to do now? Now they're just going to take it to the next level. The pedophiles is already going into the bathroom, already doing the most. Now you're giving them free range to do it.
Right?
He's just going to go in there. By all means, leave your dick out.
Hey, right, please, by all means, keep your dick out.
Hey, right?
Tell a little to me, please, by all means, keep it out. It's like what the
taking selfies.
Yeah, like
that's the thing people do now. Now they're taking pictures of little kids in the bathroom saying it was just a selfie, and a little nigga with his rod out just so happened to hop in the picture. Nobody's gonna do anything.
Like where is the line drawn here in America?
Where's the
Man?
cutoff limit?
Yeah, where is the line drawn here in America, man?
When it starts to
You
affect
understand?
white kids,
Hey,
that's
hey.
when it's wrong.
You goddamn right. You are goddamn right. Like you said, when it only affects them.
Black people, you ain't allowed to say a goddamn thing. You're not allowed to have integrity. You're not allowed to have morals. You better get in line and shut the hell up. You
Right.
goddamn slave.
Right?
Your celebrities will never speak on this because they have been paid to shut the hell up. And if they want to keep doing whatever it is they're doing or remain relevant, they speak on anything that has morale, a morality, a moral compass behind it, they will be blackballed from white society. And we all know that black celebrities will refuse to be blackballed from white society.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though you never made your bones in white society.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm like, even though that these, you never got white famous till you became you never became white famous till you was black famous.
Damn right.
You feel me?
Damn
It was
right.
the niggas who was spending their money with you. It was the brothers and sisters who were stuck in the ghettos with you who spending their money with you.
Absolutely.
And then as soon as you got famous, you immediately went to go share all your money with the oppressor, with the same people who had us stuck in the ghettos.
Yep, gotta go make the white man happy now. Fuck you niggas.
Right?
You did your job. You made me noticeable. You got me noticed by the white man.
Hey, right?
Now it's time for me to go serve him.
Right?
But here in the ISUPK, you can have this kind of integrity. This is why I love this place, because this place allows me to be what I'm meant to be.
Right.
It allows me to be this guy right here. Go ahead, read what kind of man we are here in the ISUPK.
Come on. It's the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice.
You put me on the scene, I'm gonna make sure everybody hears how I respond to wickedness.
Hey, right?
This is what you're allowed to be in the ISUPK. This is what the ISUPK put back in me, because I always had it in me. Then I let the filth of the world rub off on me, and I start becoming a whole ass nigga like all the rest of you whole ass niggas in the world, and allowing and doing any and everything because I compromise my integrity to be loved by the rest of the world. Right. But ISUPK saved me and pulled me out of that filth. Right. Now I don't give a damn about none of that. Let's get it.
Verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice through all the nations that are under the king's dominion. Obey him and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent unto his commandments.
This is what white society wants you to do.
Verse 20. Yet I and my sons and my brother.
This is what you get to say when you're in the ISUPK. This is how the ISUPK respond to you wicked, filthy beasts, to you purple pigs.
Right.
I almost said something, boy.
Hey, right.
You know what I'm saying? It started with a P.
Right.
To you purple pigs.
Right.
But there's another P word that goes before the pigs. So I'll let you figure it out. Right. It ain't people.
Verse 20. Yet I and my sons.
Say what?
Yet I and my sons.
This is how you get to talk here in the ISUPK. This is how you get to keep integrity here in the ISUPK. We follow the scriptures, man.
Right.
These scriptures are here for your learning, man. You can do it. You can be a man of integrity. Read this part. Go ahead.
Yet I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Listen. He spoke on behalf of him and his people.
Right.
He spoke for him and his sons and his brothers.
Right.
That's what I do. I speak for me. I speak for my sons. I speak for my brothers. When I tell you, fuck you, we gonna follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord.
That's right.
It's a lot. We don't give a damn about none of that. We gonna do what the Lord said to do. We don't care about none of that. You goddamn coward. You a sellout.
That's right.
You'll do anything for money. You sell your brothers and sisters out for some money. You'll put a rod in your mouth for some money.
Right.
You goddamn whore. And I'm talking about your Christian pastors.
Right.
That's why they allow homosexuality to run rampant through their church.
Right.
That's why they celebrate Pride Month and Pride Day and all that crap.
Right.
You understand? They'll do whatever, man. Not here in the ISUPK. We gonna die first. You understand?
That's right.
You might as well get your guns and get your weapons ready because we gonna die serving the Lord.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. Yeah, that's like verse 21. God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. Verse 22. We will not hearken to the king's word to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left.
No way, shape, or form. It don't matter what you say.
Right.
Not even a little bit.
Right.
We're not eating a little bit of pork. We're not celebrating one little measly holiday.
Right.
We're not opening one present. None of that, man. We don't give a freak about none of that. What you think this is, you goddamn coward?
Right.
We don't bend, we don't fold, we ain't never ran, we ain't never told, we 10 toes down. Rooted like a motherfucking oak. You understand?
Right.
Because this truth ain't no joke. And we want all the smoke.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 23. Now, when I had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews.
Here comes some coward ass traitor.
In the sight of all sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. You want to be in front of everybody. It's always that one clown ass goddamn nigga that want to be in front of everybody. That raccoon. That's what we call it. He was a rat and he was a coon. Right. Raccoon. That's what you are.
In sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was in motive, according to the king's commandment.
Go ahead.
Verse 24.
Let's find out how this play out.
Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed.
He was what?
He was inflamed with zeal.
He was inflamed with the zeal of the Lord. Keep going.
And he reigned. And his reins trembled.
Mm-hmm.
Neither.
He was so angry. You ever just want to you just shaking because you want to hurt something so bad.
Right?
Go ahead.
Neither could he forbear to shew his anger according to the judgment.
He couldn't hide his anger. He couldn't put it away. Keep going.
Wherefore he ran and slew upon the altar.
Mm-hmm.
And slew him upon the altar.
Slew him upon the altar. So chitty chitty bang bang.
You right?
You understand? And that don't stop there. He slew him. Let's find out what else he did.
Verse 25. Also, the king's commissioners who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time.
He killed the traitor and he killed all the people who were trying to make people into traitors.
Right.
He killed the traitor, then he killed the real enemies.
Right.
This is what has to be done, man. When the Most High and Christ return, just know this is what's going to be tricky. Hey, this is going to be transpiring all across the goddamn world.
Right.
People are going to suffer. Traitors are going to die. People are going to get slew. There I go, unaliving again.
Hey, right.
That's going to be the spirit around here. You get what I'm saying? Because we're not going for that, man. Here in ISUPK, we're not going for that, man. We get to have integrity again. We get to have honor again. We get to do all of these things, man.
Right.
God damn that oppressor who is the devil the Bible speaks of, man.
That's right.
I pray every one of them drop dead, man. That should be damn right. Damn right. So just clap it up when I said that. Damn right. Damn right. Pray they all drop dead.
Damn right.
Damn right. Every one of them. This is what's needed for blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians to survive in this wicked place called Babylon.
Right.
So we don't have the influence of these goddamn oppressors and some sellout coon ass nigga that think he's gonna hurry up and betray the nation. We're not going for none of that.
Right.
Anything you want to work out?
I know.
We got some questions over there?
Just one. Just a focus.
What's that question? We'll get a couple more scriptures and we'll shut it down.
He killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. Verse 26.
So he killed everybody and then pulled the altars down to the ground.
Right.
As he should have.
Hey, right. And thus dealt he zealously for the law of God, for the law of God, like as Phinehas did unto Zimri, the son of Simeon. Verse 27. And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice,
He
saying,
went through the city telling people, let's get ready to do this. Go ahead, my fault.
Whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me.
Whosoever is ready to die for these laws, statutes, and commandments,
Right,
serve the Lord,
right,
come with me.
right. Hey, follow me.
Follow
this
me.
way.
Brother, greater good.
Right,
You understand? Straight up. Like, that's what it is, man.
right.
Read that part again.
Come on. Verse 27. And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant,
Right.
let him follow me.
Listen, I'm going to make that same declare right now. Whoever so is zealous and maintaineth the law of the covenant of the Most High, follow the ISUPK under commanded journey Yahweh.
That's right.
It's that simple. Whosoever is zealous and maintaineth the law of the Most High,
Right.
follow commanded General Yohana in the ISUPK. What more do I need to say?
Hey, right.
That's it, that's all.
Right.
That's why I follow.
Right.
I seen what it was here. I seen the righteousness. I seen the works. They weren't just talking about it, they were doing it.
Right.
They were doing it out the goddamn mud.
Right.
We don't have anybody helping us. We help ourselves.
Right.
And we're doing this under the oppressor doing everything in his power to make sure that we can't do a goddamn thing. So just imagine when he has no more power to stop us.
Right.
Oh man, we're gonna flourish. We're going to flourish. We're gonna be unstoppable like a waterfall off the edge of a mountain.
Right.
The edge of a goddamn ravine, man. You ever see a waterfall? It's all that water just gushing and coming down. Just think about Niagara Falls. Just look at all that water. Can you imagine trying to get up under Niagara Falls and push the water out?
Just trying to swim against the
Just
current is
trying
already
to
bad
get-
enough.
Right? Just trying to survive that. That's how it's gonna be when we have no more oppressors in the way. They're trying to stop us from doing anything. We're just gonna be unstoppable.
Right.
You cannot stop a waterfall. You cannot stop an earthquake.
Right.
You cannot stop a tornado.
Right.
And you can't stop the ISUPK.
Right.
You understand? Under commanded in Yahweh.
That's right.
Following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High in Christ. You can't stop us, man.
Right.
You got some more? What we got?
Verse 28. Verse 28. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city.
Where you at?
Verse 28.
No, say the whole verse. Put them back, please. What?
Oh, First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 28.
28. Yep. Read that part again.
It's the book of First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 28. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city.
All right. I'm off. I'm trying to find this other scripture real quick. Read that part one more time.
Verse 28. So he and his sons
So
fled.
he and his sons fled. Go ahead.
Fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city.
All right, hold that right there. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Read Job 1 and verse 20. Before you go there, read that verse again. Because this is a heavy scripture. Because the reason we don't want to fight, the reason blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they know the truth and don't want to fight is because they're afraid of losing everything.
Right.
You understand? They're afraid of losing. They don't want to lose nothing. They want to hold on to whatever material things that they have because material things make people feel valuable, especially our women. And men do anything to make a woman happy, right? Like that's why, like when men buy things, we don't buy things for us. We buy things to impress these whores. Whatever. You don't care about a fancy car or none of that. You do that to get the attention of women. Man, we survive on bare minimum. Straight up.
We make so many jokes and memes about it. It's almost offensive towards him.
Hey, Ray, we survive on bare minimum. We don't care about none of that, man. We just don't. Right? We don't. So when you're afraid of losing something, you're really afraid of losing it not because you're afraid of losing it, because you want this. The illusion of things is considered successful. Material things, if you got a bunch of material things, you consider successful.
Right.
That's why women equate love with material things.
Right.
If you can do this for her and you can do that for her, you can buy her this and you can buy her that, you can get her this and you can get her that. To a woman, that's how you prove you love her.
Right.
That's why most women in the world are obsessed with this big ass diamond ring that costs a lot of money, because you must have that to prove that you love her and you want to marry her. Right? Because her giving you some box is clearly not enough.
Right.
Y'all having sex is clearly not enough to prove your affection for each other. And I get it in today's world because these bitches' body count is like
200.
it's like the Powerball lottery winnings.
Right.
It's millions. Millions of billions and millions. So I get it. I understand. So now you got to equate it to material things because your body is no longer special because you didn't give it to everybody. And nobody has never given you anything besides some rod. And you don't think that that's special anymore. So now you must equate love with material things. Read that part again.
It's the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 28.
Go ahead.
So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city.
They left everything. They just fled. They didn't give a damn about nothing. They didn't take nothing with them. They fled. They cut out. They didn't care nothing about this shit. Read Job 1 and start at 20.
It's the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 20. Then Job arose.
So this is the book of Job. Job has just lost everything. He has lost everything. The Lord took everything away from him. Just like he just did with the Maccabees. They cut out. Job was a servant of the Lord. Before you read verse 20, read verse 1.
Job 1:1.
Job 1 and 1. Before you read 20,
Kind of figured that.
read Job 1 and 1. So you can see what kind of man Job was.
It's the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 1. Where was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God.
Job was perfect and upright, the one that feared God. Drop down to 20.
It's the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 20.
Job lost everything. The Lord told Satan, do whatever you want to do to him. Do whatever you want to do to him. Just don't kill him.
Right?
Let's find out what happens. This is after Job lost his land, his cows, his sheep, his wife, his sons, his daughters. He lost everything. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped.
He did what?
And worshipped.
He did what?
And worshipped.
Keep going.
Verse 21. And said, naked. And said, naked came I out of my mother's womb.
He said what?
Naked came I out of my mother's womb.
He said, naked came I out of my mother's womb. Go ahead.
And naked shall I return.
And naked shall I return. And listen, I was born by myself. I'm going to die by myself.
Right.
You understand? You weren't born with a shitload of money. You weren't born with a new car. You were born with a big house, right? You was just born. Straight out your mother's womb. None of that stuff was promised to you. And so what? It was passed down. So the hell what? The Lord didn't say, this is why you're being born. Lord might want you to be born into money just so he can make you poor, to make an example of it, right? You don't know. Job knows. He said, born I was naked. Keep going.
Verse 21. And naked shall I return thither.
He said, what?
And naked shall I return thither.
Keep going.
The Lord gave, and the Lord had taken away.
The Lord gave, and the Lord had taken away. Go back to Maccabees. Read what they did. What did they leave?
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 28. So he and his sons fled into the mountains, and left all that ever they had in the city.
Let me tell you something. This is the difference between people who really want to serve the Lord and people who act like they do. If you really want to serve the Lord, none of this material things mean absolutely nothing to you. Job lost everything, and he didn't go and say, God, why? Why me? No, I was doing so good. He worshiped, right? He worshiped at the feet of the Lord. He prayed. And he said, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Right. Your Christian pastor will never tell you this, because he don't want to lose nothing. You think T.D. Jakes want to lose his millions of dollars? Right? You think he going to lose his millions of dollars? T.D. Jakes ain't about to lose a penny. Right?
And be offended if you even told him to do so.
T.D. Jakes is trying to choose his successor. I thought the Lord was to choose. Right? You think the Lord is going to choose a woman to rule over Israel? Right? To rule over the flock. The scriptures say the majority of my flock are men. The majority of my pastor are men. Men. It is not a woman's place to rule over a man at all. But T.D. Jakes' daughter is going to do it, so it's okay.
Damn it.
You understand? Let me tell you something, man. That's why these scriptures are so important. When you serve the Lord, be prepared to lose it all. Right. Be prepared to lose it all. And in your servitude, also be prepared to gain it all. You understand? Because the Lord is going to reward those who are faithful to him, man. That being said, man, we're about to go ahead and end the class, man. We got a couple of things to do, some business to handle, so we're going to end a little bit early. We will see y'all next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. You understand? We in this thing. I should be Commander Junior Hunter. Shalom, Israel.